So if you guys want to learn how to trade options, purchase my ebook located at worldly41.gumroad.com. Link will be in the description below. And how did I make $112 trading Amazon put options? So looking at Amazon 1021, let's see, on the 30-minute time chart. I always look at, all of my trades on the 30-minute time chart if I can. And I said, what time did I say? 10:21. So 10:21 of today. So not this candle, but this candle right here. So basically what I did was, okay, I saw the previous candle approached the 180-day moving average, got rejected by it, and I was like, okay, most likely it's gonna continue that trend of getting rejected by the 180-day moving average. So when I see Amazon reach the 180-day moving average, I'll buy a couple of Amazon put options. And as soon as I saw that Amazon started getting rejection, it got rejected by the 180-day moving average, right? The position started going up, and once the position was up 9%, right, I sold out the position at 10:25. So within 4 minutes later, I sold out the position, and that's how I made $112 trading Amazon put options. And so basically the game plan was this. So let's see. So basically during the pre-market, you can kind of see that I was having trouble breaking out of the 9-day moving average, right? It had trouble here, and here, right? And so once I saw that, I was like, okay, if it does manage to, break out of the 9-day moving average, I'm pretty sure it's gonna get rejected by the 20. If not by the 20, by the one, if it gets rejected by the 20-day moving it's probably gonna get rejected by the 20-day moving average, or the 200-day moving average, or the 180-day moving average. It's probably going to keep this, pattern, or I guess, it's going to stay under those moving averages. If it had a hard time during the pre-market trying to break above the 9-day moving average. So once I saw that, okay, Amazon on the 10 candle on the 30-minute time chart, right, tried breaking above the 180-day moving average, right, I immediately knew that, okay, that's probably what's going to happen with this next upcoming candle, the 1030 candle. And guess what happened? It actually did try to go above the 180-day moving average, but it was slightly off. It couldn't go any higher. It got rejected by it. And that's when, once Amazon approached the 180-day moving average, it got rejected by it. It started going down. And so basically I was like, okay, I see that the position is now up more than 5%, right? Usually what I like to do is when I see that my position is at a if I'm feeling confident in a trade, I won't sell out at the percentage target of 5%. Sometimes I'll try to aim for a percentage target of 10%. And let's say I'm just feeling like very, very confident in a trade, right? I'll try to aim for a 15 or at least a 20% target. That way I can, maximize my, my gains in a way. But mostly I try to aim for, mostly all the time, I try to aim for either a 5, 10, or 15% gain. Once, 15% is only for when I really trust myself in this trade that I'm, going in forward with. But if I don't feel confident with the trade, and I feel like, okay, this, could go totally not my way, I'd rather stick to the safe route. I'll just aim for the 5 or 10% target. And basically, you kind of want to play it safe in the beginning. So what I mean by that is, like for example, this trade, right? Let's say, I don't know, I buy put options here as soon as it approaches the 180-day moving average, right, on the 1030 candle, right? And then let's say, okay, let's say this next candle, the 11 candle, right, manages to break over the 180-day moving average, right? What's the next step that I would go from here? Basically, the next step that I would go from here is either step one, try to buy more, put options as soon as as soon as my, let's see, let me show you guys. So do you see where it says 9.18%? As soon as I see that that's down 10%, I'll buy another couple of more put options on Amazon. That way it can reduce my average to being down either maybe 6 or 5% now, instead of being down 10%. That way, in case, right, let's say, okay, let's say this, we're talking about this same candle, right, the 11 candle. Let's say the 11 candle approaches the 50-day moving average, right? And let's say it starts trying to budge over the 50-day moving average, right? And it completely gets rejected by it, just like how these two previous candles, the 10 and the 1030 candle, got rejected by the 180-day moving average, right? Let's say now this candle, the 11 candle, gets rejected by the 50-day moving average, right? Basically, as soon as I see that it's about to approach that 50-day moving average, I'm gonna buy more put options on Amazon. That way, in case that scenario does happen, my position will be in the green a lot more faster than if I were just to, I guess you could say let it ride how it is, right? I don't know how to really say it, but basically that's the next step that I would take. Either step one, I would buy more, Amazon put options once I see that the percentage of where it says 9.18%, right, says, now that it says it's down 10%, I'll buy more Amazon put options. Or I could patiently wait and see, like, okay, well, now that my position is down 10%, right, and it's approaching, here on the 11 candle on the 30-minute time chart, right, let's say it breaks over the 180-day moving average. My next step here would be just to patiently wait, see if it can approach the 50-day moving average. Once that happens, I'll buy a couple of more Amazon put options, and let's say it gets rejected by the 50-day moving average. My position will be in the green a lot more faster in a way, and basically I'll be able to exit out the position with either a smaller loss or a decent gain in a way. So that's what I'll basically try to do. And when I try to trade in a way, I'll keep explaining more of these trades. Hopefully you guys understood that. If you didn't, I'll keep trying to explain this strategy in a way. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did well trading today. As always, this is not financial advice. As always, take care. Bye.